This is actually not a Mac Mini, it just looks like one. This is the EQi13 from Beelink, and it might be one of the most compelling compact Windows PCs you can put on your desk right now, especially if you've been eyeing the Mac Mini but still want the flexibility of Windows. In this video, we'll see if this makes more sense for your setup than a Mac Mini depending on how you work. At a glance, it really does look like a Mac Mini, a clean, low-profile box with a silver finish that disappears into most desk setups. Compared to Beelink's older plastic mini PCs, the big difference is the all-metal chassis. This feels more solid, less gadgety, and like something you'd actually want to keep on display. The layout is pretty straightforward and easy to understand. Ports are clearly separated front and back, the power button is exactly where you expect it, and there's nothing overly gamer or loud going on. It's pretty simple, functional, and it fits nicely in a clean, minimal workspace, and I like it that way. Up front, you get the essentials you'll reach for the most. A USB-A port, a headphone jack, single USB-C port, power button with a small indicator light, and on the back is where it opens up even more. You get 3 USB-A ports, 2 HDMI ports, 2 gigabit Ethernet jacks, and a power input. The dual Ethernet ports are great if you want control over your network, combining connections for better reliability, or separating internal and external traffic. The first 2 USB-A ports on the back are USB 3.2 with speeds up to 10 gigabytes per second, and the third USB 2.0 at up to 480 megabytes per second. So faster drives should live on those 3.2 ports. Both HDMI ports support 4K 60Hz, which is more than enough for office work, content consumption, and light creative use. The only real downside here is the USB-C situation. In 2026, having this many USB-A ports and just one USB-C feels a bit dated for a modern compact PC. Inside, it's running a 13th generation Intel Core i5-13500H with 12 cores and 16 threads, a laptop-class chip that's more than enough for everyday productivity, multitasking, and light creative work. You get 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM, basically 2 16-gig sticks, which is plenty if you keep a lot of browser tabs and apps open. Graphics are handled by an integrated Intel Iris Xe up to 1.45 GHz. It's not really a dedicated GPU, so it's not meant for heavy 3D work or AAA gaming, but it handles casual games, media, and light editing just fine. For storage, it comes with a 1TB SSD built in, and you can add up to 2 more M.2 SSDs inside. If you work with large files or footage, then that expansion is a big plus. You also get Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, and Beelink's MSC 2.0 cooling system, which keeps temps and noise under control for normal use. Overall, it's not really trying to replace a custom high-end desktop, but for most people, it's easily enough power to run the full Microsoft Office suite, handle calls, run a small business, edit short videos, and play lighter games. Now, the initial setup is very straightforward. Plug in the power, connect your peripherals and monitor, get on Wi-Fi, and you're basically done. Out of the box, it feels like a clean Windows install with very little bloat, which I actually like, and you can build it out with exactly what you need. Your work apps, creative tools, or games, and turn it into a PC that matches how you work. Now, I tested it in 2 main scenarios, office work and casual gaming. For my daily workflow, Notion is my main driver for planning and office tasks. I had Notion, Canva, CapCut, Figma, plus a browser with multiple tabs open, and it stayed responsive. Navigation was smooth, app switching was quick, and I didn't hit any major slowdowns while jumping between tasks. I even edited a few videos in CapCut, and it held up fine for short-form content. I wouldn't expect it to be amazing for heavy color grading on high-resolution footage, but for typical creator and office workloads, it keeps up. For gaming, I tried Dota 2 and Tekken with settings tuned down to medium or low. Both were pretty much playable, but this is where you really see the limits of the Intel Iris Xe. If you're okay with lowering settings and aiming for a stable frame rate instead of maxed out visuals, it's fine for light gaming. But if you want a dedicated gaming machine or play a lot of newer, demanding titles, then this isn't really built for that. So who is it for? Everyday users and general productivity. Great if you want a compact PC that can handle web browsing, office apps, videos, photos, and basic creative work without taking up much space. It's also for people who want a small desktop replacement. powerful enough to replace a regular desktop for most daily tasks, with Intel H series chips that give you solid multitasking and responsiveness. Now, who it might not be ideal for? It's not really ideal for heavy gaming or graphics-intensive tasks because the integrated graphics can handle lighter titles, but it won't replace a gaming PC with a dedicated GPU, as I said before. Pro workflows with high-end peripherals, if you need Thunderbolt, ultra-fast networking, or serious virtualization/AI workloads, a more specialized mini PC or full desktop will be a better fit. Now let's compare it with the Mac Mini. It currently retails at $639, and at that price, it is more expensive than the base Mac Mini, but you get two big advantages the Mac Mini does not offer. Number one is expandable internal storage. And number two, you get 1TB SSD out of the box. So if you care about storage value and upgradability, it's a pretty strong deal. For graphics-intensive workloads though, the M4 Mac Mini I use still pulls ahead. Apple Silicon gives you better efficiency, stronger graphics performance for this class, and more advanced AI-ready capabilities. Now the bottom line is the Beelink EQi13 Pro is a great choice if you run software that's only available on Windows, and you also want a compact, quiet desktop replacement and value expandable storage in a small form factor. The Mac Mini still makes more sense if you're deep in the Mac OS ecosystem or rely heavily on Apple Silicon performance and workflows. At the end of the day, the better pick really comes down to what you use your desk setup for. Hope this video was helpful to you, and if it is, don't forget to drop a like and comment your thoughts on this device. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!